All right, we are back and we are skipping, you're not skipping, I'm skipping Module 8, Lesson 2, because it goes along with Module 8, Lesson 1. The parts are very, very similar, and they actually show you the different parts. You're not coloring it in, so you will be able to do that by yourself. So I'm going to videotape Module 8, Lesson 3, and that's what I have up on the board right now. What you're doing is using a 10 frame to make a tens block, and it's showing you that to look at your problem differently from its normal equation. So for example, we will do the first one together, and then I'll do one more on the next page for you. All right. So it wants you to draw 5 more. And the first one, the book company, the people who do this, they made that first example for you to see. We are just kind of filling it in, and I'll walk you through it because it's saying you're seeing 9 plus 5 because you started with 9 and they want you to draw in 5 more. So you start with 9 and you're adding on 5, but you're doing it in these tens frames so that you can think, instead of seeing 9 plus 5 on my paper, I can think 10 plus 4 because I know that 1 more than 9 is 10. But I can't just add on a 1 to make 10. Where would I get that 1 from? I get it from my other number. So I'm getting it from that 5. I'm getting it from that 5, and I'm taking it away in order to add over to my other number. So I'm taking this 5, let's use red. I'm taking this 5, and I'm moving over one of my 1s from the 5 to the 9 to make 10. Since I took 1 away from the 5, this becomes a 4. So they're saying I'm seeing this, but I'm thinking this, because anything that we add to 10 is easy for us to see in our mind. 10 plus 4, we know that the 0 just changes to a 4, equals 14. All right, so then, hang on, I'm gonna get the next page up. Okay, so we'll do the very first one on this page. The next page wants you to do the same exact thing, but you're doing it by looking at what they give you on the page and making it into a tens frame. Instead of using what they gave you for an example, we have to think about it ourselves. So we have how many here? So in our first part, they're saying, what do you see and what do you have to think in order to make it easier for us to do in our brains? So first we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. First we see 8, and that number that they give us at the top is 6. So we see 8 and 6. We want to think differently, so we need to draw 6 more into our tens frames and then write in the rest. So we're going to draw in 6 more 1s dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now it wants me to think of making this a 10, because this block right here is a full 10 block. When all of those boxes are filled inside of it, I know that there was 10 1s to make one 10. So there is a full one. This box right here is a not full tens block. It just has parts of the 1s. So right here, I think 10, and then I can look right here. I write what's left, and there's 4 left. So I can see 8 plus 6, but I can think, to make it easier for me, I can think 10 plus 4. If you're thinking about it and this still doesn't make sense, you think if we're just on, let's just say that we're working at our spot and Miss Laylan gave me a problem and I don't have a tens frame to look at. Let me scoot this over. So Miss Laylan didn't give me a tens frame and it is just a normal problem that I need to solve. And how do I do that? Thinking inside my head in order to do this easier for myself. So I've got 8 plus 6 equals what? Well, I say, okay, either I could add up on my fingers or I could look at which one is closest to 10. We know that 8 is bigger, so it's closer to 10. So I can't just add 2 randomly to the 8. I have to get those 2 from somewhere. So my 8 can become a 10 if I take 2 away from the 6. So I can take 2 out and move them over here. So 2 of them are scooting over there, and that makes 10, because 8, 9, 10. Now, I can't just say 8 plus 6, because I took 2 away from that 6. So I have to say 10 plus, well, I took away 2, so 6. 2 less than 6 is 6, 5, 4. 4. 10 plus 4, and that will give me my answer of 14, because I know that I don't need to do anything more than just putting that 4 in the ones place, because there's nothing there. So that's another way that you can think about it, because I know that some of you might be thinking, well, why am I doing it this way? That's just another way of thinking of it. So you've got your tens frames here. What you're going to do is you're going to start with the number of ones dots they give you in the box, write it down, then you're going to write down how many more you're going to add on, and then you need to think of your tens frames. So this first number should always be 10 right now. And then you guys are going to do the rest.